On this video, I'm going to continue what I have been doing in the book of Genesis, Bereshit, Genesis 1:7. I'm reading the Hebrew, followed by looking at the vocabulary, and then a grammatical analysis, phrase by phrase, with a brief understanding or a brief overview of the interpretation of the text. Uh, and a New Testament application. So we're now at verse 7 of Genesis 1. Reading the Hebrew, Vaya'as Elohim et harakia, vayevdel bein hamayim asher metachat larakia, uvein hamayim asher me'al larakia, vayehi chen. And God made the expanse, and he caused a division between the waters which were from under up to the expanse, and between the waters which were above to the expanse. And it was so. As we look at this text, I'm going to look at the vocabulary at this point first. Asa is a verb meaning to do. Badal is another verb meaning to divide. Asher is a relative pronoun who. Tachat is a preposition meaning under. Al is a preposition above, meaning above, and kain is an adverb so, meaning so. So reading the text phrase by phrase, I would read Vaya'as Elohim et ha-rakia, and God made the expanse. Notice the word Vaya'as comes from the root asa. It is a lamed hay, or a final hay form, where the hay has dropped out. The yod is a prefix, so again it is a cow imperfect, third singular masculine from the root asa, with a vav conversive. And so God made the expanse. Rakia means expanse. So God made the expanse. Vayevdel bein hamayim, and he divided between the waters, which were from under the expanse, and between the waters which were above the expanse. Notice here, Vayavdel is from the root badal, to divide. It is a hifil imperfect, third masculine singular from badal. So we have the AI thematic vowel pattern, the pathak under the yod, and the tseri under the daled, indicating a hifil stem. And we have the vav conversive, or the vav consecutive, turning the imperfect over and making it pass. So vayevdel bein hamayim asher metachat larakia. Asher is a relative pronoun meaning which, and metachat larakia, literally from under to the expanse, or from under up to the expanse. So God is causing this expanse to go between the waters. Uvein hamayim, notice the conjunction u again with the two labials vein becoming u vein. So instead of vein, two labials that way, the vav with the shabbat, the conjunction, changes to a shurik to uvein, between the waters, asher me'al rakia, which were from above the expanse. Asher is the relative pronoun, and me'al means from above. Here we have two pronouns, from and al, from above, to the rakia, the definite article under the lamed, followed by rakia, up to the expanse. So notice here, and it was so. Vayehi again, Vayehi is a cow imperfect, third masculine singular from the root haya, with a vav consecutive or vav conversive. So we translate it again, and God made the expanse, and he caused a division between the waters which were from under the expanse and between the waters which were from above the expanse. So the power of God is to bring chaos into order, should give us hope. Often in the chaos of life at times that everyone goes through, whether it's financial struggles or physical health issues or job related, etc., to know that we have a Lord that creates order, can give us hope. And then we move on to verse 8. Vayikra Elohim larakia shamayim, vayehi erev vayehi boker yom sheni. And God called to the expanse heavens, the king calling out here, and there was evening and there was morning, day 2. Vocabulary, sheni, we haven't learned yet, meaning 2. So looking at the grammar phrase by phrase, Vayikra Elohim larakia shamayim, and God called to the expanse heavens. That's going to be your name. The idea is God is the king on the throne. And notice Vayikra is the cow perfect third masculine singular from the root kara with a vav conversive. So God called to the expanse heavens. That is your name. Vayehi erev vayehi boker yom sheni. And there was evening and there was morning, day 2. Notice here, God called as the king again to the light and said, your name will be day. And so there was evening and there was morning, day 2. Again, in terms of the text, I believe it is interesting to look at the ancient world, and especially the Babylonian account, that Marduk had to struggle by dividing Tiamat in half and creating the heaven and the earth. Here, the Lord just speaks and causes the expanse to be, the rakia to be. There is no struggle. He is the king on the throne. And I think that's making a purposeful contrast with the Pneuma Elish. In the New Testament, Jesus likewise commands the waters. When he walks on them, when there is a storm, he simply tells the stormy waters to be quiet. He is God in the flesh, commanding the waters, and our mind then goes back to this text, I believe, where God, Elohim, commands the waters to divide, and they obey him.